It's the last day of the week here on Money Time at Money9. I'm Ajay, and before we switch off for the weekend, let's take a look at all the personal finance news for the day. We begin our first news on electronic products. For the first time since COVID-19, prices of electronic products have come down. Take smartphone companies for example. They are offering discounts of up to 15% on various models. Refrigerator manufacturers like LG, Samsung and Haier have slashed prices of models including entry-level ones by up to 4,000 rupees. And what about premium refrigerators? Well, their prices have been reduced by 51,000 rupees. Now, it's not known as to how long this trend will continue, but the common man will have a $1 million smile on his face. If you think you can only avail electronics at lower prices, then you're in for a bonanza. But before I tell you what it is, I have a question for you. Are you living in Mumbai on a rental basis? Well, if you are, then you can buy a new home at a cheaper price. How? Well, as per a report on moneycontrol.com, Maharashtra Housing and Development Authority has put on sale 4,654 affordable homes near Mumbai. And the price? Well, they start from as low as 14 lakh rupees and can go as high as 1.1 crore rupees. Here is how the houses would be sold. From the total number of houses on sale, 2,048 houses in Palghar would be sold on a first-come, first-served basis, while the rest of the houses located in Thane, Palghar, Raigad, Ratnagiri and Sindhudurg districts would be sold on an online lottery basis. Now, if you are buying the home through lottery, then you can apply for it between March 8 and April 10, and the results would be announced on May 10. If you are someone who grew up in the 70s and the 80s, or an 80s kid as they call it, then you would have come across Campa Cola. It's been more than 30 years since we last saw this brand, but now they have made a comeback. Reliance has relaunched the Campa Cola brand in South India and will later launch it across the country. And to beat the competition, here is what Reliance is planning to do. They have kept the prices lower as compared to Pepsi and Coca Cola. The prices of its bottles starts from 10 rupees and its 2-liter bottles would cost 80 rupees. Well, once again, NPAs have skyrocketed, especially for flights leaving to US and Canada. Now, you might be thinking that this is nothing new, but if you look at the numbers, then you might think otherwise. As per a report on Business Standard, flight fares to Canada has gone up by as much as 50%. Now, this is between the years 2019 and 2020. In real numbers, the same has increased from $371.8 to $556.8. If you look at the US, the numbers are even higher. An Air India flight from India to US has gone up from $429.5 in 2019 to $552.8 in 2022. And it looks like the airfares are not going to land anytime soon. Now, just like electronics, electric vehicle companies are on a discount spree as well these days. Here are the discounts offered by various companies. Ola Electric is giving a discount of 13,000 rupees on Ola S1. This brings down the effective ex-showroom price of Ola S1 to 1.07 lakh rupees. Ola is giving discount on other types of benefits on other two scooties, Ola S1 Air and Ola S1 Pro. Ather Energy also made its scooters cheaper by 17,000 rupees, while Okinawa Autotech is also giving a discount of up to 8,750 rupees. So why are the prices being slashed all of a sudden? The reason I put this question is that India is still dependent on countries like China for manufacturing batteries. This means the import duty would be added to the final price as well. Well, this is because of late, rising prices have flattened the demand for EVs. So companies are being forced to give discounts to jack up the sales. And now it's time for some markets roundup for the day. Benchmark indices Sensex and Nifty tanked more than 1% on Friday due to heavy selling in IT, financial and oil stocks. Now among the Sensex pack, HDFC Bank fell the most, followed by SBI, HDFC and IndusInd Bank. The reason analysts say is because heavy selling in financial banking, IT and capital goods shares triggered by overnight losses in the US markets have dragged down the benchmark indices. The sell-off in US markets was triggered by a crash of 60% in SVB financials. And adding to that, Fed has given signals of sharp hike in interest rates, which has added fuel to the fire. As a result, Nasdaq Composite fell more than 2% on Thursday. Now, despite banking stocks crashing out on Friday, that is today, gross NPAs of Indian banks are set to fall to a 10-year low, that is below 4%. This, of course, would happen by 2024. Associam and Crisil Rating did a study, and here's what they got to say. Post-COVID, economic recovery and higher credit growth will bring down the NPAs. And not only that, banks have cleaned up the balance sheets just recently. It also expects a big improvement in corporate loans, and their gross NPAs would also fall below 2% by the next fiscal. Banking stocks too will bounce back on this good news. Well, the threat of recession is looming at large. I'm not talking about job losses, I'm talking about IT stocks. Most of the analysts are of the view that recession may hit US in the later part of the current calendar year. In such a situation, stock market analysts have given their view on India's IT sector. Here's what they gotta say. As most of the large IT companies have the bulk of businesses with the US, Economics Research has said recession will keep IT stocks in check for the next few months. This will be a buying opportunity. While another brokerage firm, Nirmal Bang Institutional, is also negative on the sector for the next 12 months. It also added that hiring in IT sector in FY23 is expected to be 53% lower than that in the preceding fiscal. And adding to that, revenue growth is also expected to be muted in the calendar year. Nevertheless, Nifty IT Index has been the best performing sectoral index so far since the beginning of this year. Nifty IT Index has given a return of 5% so far in 2023. And sticking out with stock markets, Tata Technologies has filed preliminary papers with SEBI to raise funds through IPO. It's purely an offer for sale by the promoters and Tata Motors and two other existing shareholders. The IPO will not involve any fresh issue of shares. Tata Technologies is engineering unit of Tata Motors. The latter holds 74.42% stake in the company. Retail investors will get to apply for 35% of the total issue size. The company is expected to raise 4,000 crore rupees through the OFS. This will be the first IPO of a Tata Group company in the last 20 years. Up next, we shift our focus to smartphone launches. US smartphone company Motorola has launched Moto G73 5G at 18,999 rupees. As an introductory offer, customers will get discount of 2,000 rupees on purchasing it through select bank cards. Some of the striking features include 6.5-inch Full HD display, 50 megapixel back camera, 60 megapixel front camera, etc. The Moto G73 will come in blue and white shades. The smartphone houses 8 GB RAM and a storage capacity of up to 128 GB. The smartphone will go on sale on March 16 at 12 PM on Flipkart and other platforms. Well, we all know that ChatGPT has revolutionized the tech industry. Now, Apple Watch users can now access Microsoft's artificial intelligence-based chat box, the ChatGPT. They just need to download an app named Watch GPT from Google Play Store. They'll have to pay 328 rupees to download this app. It will enable users to interact with ChatGPT directly from their watch screen with just a tap on their wrist without even the need of typing anything. The only requisite is that the Apple Watch must have an iOS 13.0 or the latest software. And with that, we wrap up today's Money Time and for also this week. Download the Money9 app and stay tuned to Money9 English's YouTube channel. See you again very soon. Until then, take care, happy weekend and good night.